reason I don't do it in the workshops anymore is because I have to get people into a semi-hypnotic state. And it's hard to keep everybody there. And you're going to have people who don't fall into that state. They're going to, and so it doesn't, if you're not fully into that state, you may not experience. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Anyway, as you get closer and I'm watching the tension, then I have the person slowly reach out and touch it. And you could see that and I have them physically do it. And then you could see that it's getting tense. And then they touch it. And then you see this relief happen because it disappears. You could do it yourself. You touch this thing, and it's sort of like a metaphor for you face your fears and the death of the fears are certain. And it's very similar to this thing that when we're catastrophizing, we're just reacting to internal fear, internal associations. This is the 4 pillars of self-mastery. And this is aligned and supportive of emotional intelligence, not taking anything away from emotional intelligence, but emotional intelligence was created and developed in the mid-90s. And at that time, the neuroscience that was out to the public wasn't far enough along. They were still deep in the labs trying to figure this thing out. Myelin, for example, was thought of as an inert until as late as the 1950s. By the late 90s, they realized that myelin had to do with more efficient, effective, and faster firing neurons, which is where habits live. So up until that clarity around the neurons, it was easy to think of habits living in the subconscious mind. But this is why I call it a network of neurons.